Hey guys, it is time for some more Epic Universe construction updates, so let's get going. So come on and join me. So I have been under the weather for the last couple of days, and fortunately I don't have COVID, but I wanted to make a video about some construction updates because we need to talk about them, and we're going to just go through these kind of spitfire this time. Like, it's going to be kind of fast because I don't know how long until my voice gives out, but I do have some coffee here to help me get through it. So let's get into it right now. So the first photo that we're going to start out with here today is something that you guys have been really, talking about over time, and people have been wondering, but it is official. We're getting a Starbucks in Epic Universe, which we figured we would, but we're definitely getting one. This is over here in the park, so it's looking good. Next one we have here is the Celeste Tiki Bar. You can see on top here the actual sign on the top of it there, which looks just awesome. And of course, it's going to be more towards the Dark Universe area of the park, back towards that way. This next photo here, this one is showing the Metro Flu. This is going to be the entrance way to the Ministry of Magic attraction. You can actually see the sign down here too, giving warnings, all that stuff. Like if you have bad heart conditions, if you're pregnant, that kind of stuff. That sign is right there towards the right of the entrance. But most importantly, the Metro Flu sign right there in the middle. And you can also see the stanchions, which are inside there as well. So all that looks really good. And then over to the right here, it looks like these are the test seats to the right. So I'm not sure how that's going to pan out. If it's just going to be a seat belt or what they're going to do with that there. I've said often that it kind of looks like Tower of Terror, but this is a test seat. And they look pretty generous test seats there to the right. So that's very cool to see. Now, this next photo is the front of the Kronos for Epic Universe, the main entranceway into the park, and they have the sign for Epic Universe covered up in plastic, and then they have the portal covered up. You can see they're trying to finish that with some words here: beyond this gate and garden green. I can't quite make out the rest of it, but my brain isn't working right now, so that is what it is. But I love the look of this and how it's all coming together here. They are actively working on this, trying to get this finished and get this done. So hopefully, it'll be done really soon, which, I know it will be, but still. This next photo here, this is just an aerial overview of everything, just showing you inside the park here. You can see the Celestial Carousel up to the top left, and then over to the way left, you can see the Super Nintendo World, the Atlantic Restaurant, and to the right, Stardust Racers, and going into the Isle of Berk there. And then on this photo, you can see the entranceway to the park, the actual overhangs there to the left. Those are going to be the ticketing areas where you're going to scan your ticket and go in, go through security, all that good stuff. And then you're just going to hang out here in the front before you go in to the park there. Restrooms and everything like that. And then you'll walk through where you can see that the ground is, looks like it's starting to be close to finishing, but not quite there yet. Then another photo on the flip side of this is showing the Kronos again, kind of giving you an idea as you walk in what it all looks like. I think this looks pretty impressive and pretty amazing. All right, let's go into the Isle of Berk for just a little bit. We see here that we have to the left is the little camp, Viking camp, and to the right we have the meat hall. In the center of the photo is the famous statues, Viking statues there. You can see that. And then Dragon Racer Rally up at the top of the photo as those stands are done. I mean, that looks pretty much finished. I mean, it looks pretty close to being done, doesn't it? And this next photo here, this is Fire Drill. You can see a lot of the water features are being finished. A lot of the characters that you're actually going to shoot as you go through the boat, with the boat, are being finished as well. They're getting there though. You know, it's I think this is going to be the next land to actually finish up with everything. Then the next thing I wanted to show is the Untrainable Dragon show. The entranceway there, you can see the canopies on top of the, or out in front of the theater here. And then it looks like the exit over to the right where you're going to exit out. And I'm sure that will be some kind of a gift shop and something like that. But there's a lot of people with hard hats on down there working things out and trying to get everything resolved and fixed. So also, if you notice here, this next photo, we have our first freestyle machines. You can see that there. This looks like it's a little grog and gruel here, a little snack shop or stand, and the freestyle machines over there to the right. And you can see they're covered up because they're not ready to put them in use yet, but they are there. That's one thing that I'm really relieved at, that Universal is continuing to use the freestyle machines, you know, like those things are lifesavers. Next photo is a closer look up at the fire drill. This is continuing to be completed here. They're working on everything to get this done. Not much to talk about here though. In the next photo, I wanted to show you this. This is actually Hiccup's wing glider. You can see the ride vehicle going over there. It looks like just the overpass there going back into the station. It looks like one detail you can notice, or coming out of the station, I'm sorry, one detail you can notice is speakers in the front there of the ride vehicles, as it will, you know, have onboard sound. And in the next photo here too, you can see a little bit better as it continues to go out throughout the track. They're looking amazing. The next photo here, this is the entranceway to the How to Train Your Dragon ride, or the coaster, Hiccup's wing glider. To the left here is where you're going to enter in. And you can see the queue area right behind that. And then over to the right, that's where the ride is going to exit. And I'm sure there's going to be a gift shop inside of there. So it just kind of makes sense, right? Next thing is the meat hall. You can see here the Vikings are complete, it looks like. There's a little bit of ladders around and lighting going on that they're finishing up things, but look at this door going inside of that. That looks amazing, does it not? That looks awesome. I love that door. I love all the colors, the blue, the red, and the slight hint of yellow in that. Looks great. And in the next photo here, you can see this. This is actually part of the city of Berk here. You can see the little tail that's sticking out here. I don't know if this is going to be interactive or not, if it's going to move up and down, but you can see where the arrow is pointing, that the tail is right there. And in the next photo, there is a fountain, or a fire fountain here, whatever you want to call this. And that's looking good too. Notice the writing on the ground here, like Vikings and dragons. All this looks really cool and amazing. Let's step out of that for just a minute, and I want to show you the actual portal itself. You see here, we have finally the words up on here. We, my friends, have dragons. That is the front entrance, or actually the portal of Berk, that as you walk through, that's what it's going to say. And the little medallion there, if you want to call it a medallion, little ball there, is up and ready to go. And here is it a little bit further away. This is the previous photo there. So it looks really good. I love how it looks. I mean, you know, it's all coming together. But that one there is just the previous photo. Next photo here, we have Princess Peach's castle, which finally looks like it's almost complete. All the turrets are painted, it looks like, pink. And they're done, and you can see the big toad mural on the ground there. And then notice over here to the left where Princess Peach is going to be missing in the meeting over at the gazebo. It is painted as well with the little gold, looks like gold stars on there too. So that looks like it's completely done. And then we also have back over at the castle, we have the stained glass window that finally has Peach in it. This is iconic from Super Mario 64. I believe that's where it first originally started, was there. So that looks really good. Moving on to Dark Universe really quickly here. We do show that we have the wording in front of the portal here. It's alive, it's alive. And then, of course, we have the little spear there, or the medallion, the purple medallion there. And it's really close to being done. And if you look really closely at this photo, you can actually see some purple lighting inside of the tunnel there. So that's pretty sweet. This next photo here, as I said, we're just moving around. This one is just showing you inside of the Ministry of Magic. This is the statue here that's at the end of the street, but over to the right is the Metro Flute entrance, which is the entrance to the Ministry of Magic there. And then outside of there, this is the portals, the portal for the Ministry of Magic in the new Harry Potter section. For in dreams we enter a world that is entirely our own, is what it says on the front. And then pulling back a little bit further in this next photo, you can see a wide angle of all that with the Astropub there and everything there too. Now going back into the Ministry of Magic, I wanted to show you this. The Butterbeer cart is officially out, and they are getting it ready to dispense some butterbeer in just 3 months' time. It's crazy when you really think about it. 3 months to go before we start dispensing butterbeer out of that thing. That's crazy. That's nuts. And that's a wider photo there of that as well. Some more designs going on here in the Ministry of Magic on the walls here. Some more color being added. This next photo here, this is the area you see in the video package that they put together where you can interact with the characters that are in there. So that looks good. Now, stepping into Dark Universe, let's talk about something interesting that was going on in here. And there's a wide shot of Dark Universe. But if you notice, in this next photo where the fountain is, there's people walking around. And they're just interacting and talking, and I'm sure some of them are the actors that are going in here. But if you notice a gentleman over to the right of the photo, standing more towards the entrance, he has a violin. So we know that there's going to be some musicians going on, walking around playing, I guess, in here. He has a violin, so he's over there practicing, getting ready. You notice in this photo there's only one person with a hard hat on, which goes to show you that this area is either complete or very close to being complete. Because usually in these situations they will make you wear a hard hat. But everyone in this photo, except for the one gentleman over to the right of the photo, does not have a hard hat on. So it's very interesting here. But it makes me really excited that we're so close. So I don't know if this was some kind of orientation or what was going on, and they were showing everyone everything. But imagine being one of these people walking around. And pretty soon, when Bio does all these photos in the future, past May, you'll see people in there interacting with that. So it kind of shows you that it's a lot bigger than you think it is with people standing around. Now we know it's going to be pretty busy as it goes on. This next photo here is showing you DOS Steakhouse. And I want to try to zoom in on this photo here. I don't know if it'll let me. It just says DOS Steakhouse, and I cannot read what that says. Then reminder next to it. That could be about no filming or anything like that, or taking pictures. So I'm sure it's like some sort of orientation. I know someone that was having orientation for a restaurant at Epic, and they did the orientation inside Ministry of Magic. I know that for sure. Anyway, the next photo here is just a quick shot of the portal of Dark Universe, just showing it in all of its glory, because we always got to show it, right? And then a couple more here. We have the Celestial Carousel. If you notice, the entrance here is about completed. This is where the queue is going to go here. It has all the panels on, all the colors. Now, if you guys have watched our last video, we saw this in person when we stayed at the Stella Nova, which was awesome. It was really good to see, and I'm glad that it's all coming together there. The next photo here is just a closer look of the Frosty Moon over here. You can see that there. And then if you zoom in a little further in the next photo, you can see a little Tiki Man down there. That's so cool. I love that. Not going to spend a lot of time on that, but this area here, this is like a little stage amphitheater area to the bottom of the photo, the big green thing here. And then, of course, the Starbucks is to the top left there. And then in this photo, you can see it a little bit better. There's the Starbucks to the left, and then the little stage area to the right. And, of course, the seating for the fountain way over to the right. So all this looks really good. And then in this last photo here, this is the Blue Dragon Pan Asian restaurant to the left, which looks like it's attached to the Helios Grand. I'm not sure if it is, but it does look like it is attached to it. Not 100% sure. One more thing. I said that was the last photo, but one more thing. Pizza Moon. Pizza Moon looks about complete and everything going on in there, so that looks good. I'm excited about this. I cannot wait for opening day. But guys, I'm exhausted after that. Angie and I did do a COVID test, and we do not have COVID, so that's awesome. I do have to get better because I have some media stuff this weekend. But I wanted to sit down because it's been over a week since we put out a video. So I wanted to sit down and try to get this one out for you. Recording this on Sunday, so it should be out Monday. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you think of everything, if you're excited about everything that's coming to Epic Universe, and just what you're ready to experience and what you're ready to see. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when our next video is coming out. And remember, the road goes ever on. I will see you next time.